Welcome back, you guys. Let's read chapter 2. Animals can be more like family than a human who takes you for a fool. Fun fact about the end of the world. By week 6, I had noticed something odd. During the day, the slow walkers rarely paid attention to me. I couldn't really tell what was going on and why they didn't sense me. Maybe sleeping beside the animals every night had masked my scent, covering me in the smell of horses, cows, cats, and dogs until I no longer smelled completely human. Whatever the reason, I'm not questioning it. The night was different. The night walkers always knew I was there. They hunted for scent better than the others, and once they caught my trail, they never stopped. After a few terrifying encounters, I figured out the safest way to sleep was above them. Every Walmart would be made into my fortress. I'd string a tent from the steel beams near the ceiling or sleep across the top poles where nothing without hands could reach me. It wasn't comfortable, but it meant survival. Walking into my hometown of Santa Fe was the last thing I ever wanted to do. For months, I managed to avoid it, slowly making my way north through Albuquerque. Walmart after Walmart became home for a night or two before I moved on to Rio Rancho and then Bernalillo. Every mile had to be walked, with abandoned cars clogging every road and highways turned into graveyards. 18 hours of hiking seemed to last forever. I should have been exhausted, but I was nervous to finally be here and hoping for something to lead me in the right direction for my son. As the animals and I entered along Cerrillos Road, the well-known streets were unrecognizable. Cars sat frozen where people had abandoned them. Bodies still littered the sidewalks, some little more than bones. Others had been rotting in the summer heat. The air itself felt poison, saturated with decay that latched to the back of my throat. I had to pause and try to not throw up. I pulled Vicks into my nose to block out the smell and wrapped a rag around my face. As we start to come up to Walmart parking lot, the dogs spread out. Jax, the pit bull mix, had accepted me as his human mom. He stayed 15 to 20 feet ahead, nose to the ground, checking every scent before I moved forward. If there was danger, he always found it first. Lucy, the massive Great Dane, followed beside him, while Shelley, my shepherd mix, circled the perimeter. None of them howled anymore. They had learned that noises meant death. Instead, they communicated with low growls, stiff tails, and silent stares. If walkers were inside a building, they'd position themselves near windows or doors, showing me exactly where I needed to fire my bow. The cows wandered towards the garden center, while I filled an empty kiddie pool with water from the garden hose. They drank first, while the others waited. I laughed quietly to myself. Maybe it was some unspoken law of the animal world that the oldest always drank first. Jax trotted towards me, grabbed my backpack strap with his teeth, and tugged. Not the front door, I spoke quietly. He pulled harder. Okay, side entrance it is. The automatic doors are useless now. Yet Jax had learned something amazing. Before pushing through any entrance, he nudged it gently, making sure it wouldn't screech across broken tracks. No sound meant no walkers would hear us coming in. We slid through the garden center door without making a noise. Inside, Shelley and Lucy had already gone to work. They weren't attacking. The two dogs moved just enough to draw the attention of 4 slow walkers, leading them towards a corner between shelves, where they had nowhere to spread out. I drew 4 arrows with 1 deep breath. The arrow flew almost together. 3 buried themselves deep into skulls, and the zombie bodies just tumbled to the ground. The 4th was massive by inches, and the walker froze. It was slowly turned around, and its milky white eyes gazed at mine. So much for a perfect shot, I said, as I slid my bow onto my back and pulled the long hunting blade from my backpack. The slow walker no longer scared me. They were too slow to move and walked stumbly towards you. As it advanced closer, I moved forward instead of back, and I drove the knife through its chest. For just a second, everything disappeared. I wasn't standing in Santa Fe anymore. And that concludes chapter 2. I will read chapter 3, and then that will be the last of it. You'll just have to check it out when it becomes published. Thanks for joining. Bye, you guys.